Hello and welcome to another stream on the Binary Arcadia channel. Rich here again. We are streaming some Death Stranding gameplay this time. I hope you've all had a good day. Anyone joining us from the stream earlier today? What are we doing here? So I'm on Death Stranding. This is after the basically after I finish the game, you're able to carry on and use basically carry on with the game for a period of time. I don't know how long. I guess to clean up any things that you didn't want to do, get 100%, etc. So that's what I am doing. So what should we do today? I think probably let's take some deliveries. Maybe let's take on some deliveries. I'm in the mountains. Anyone not familiar with this game, definitely go and play it. I would say it's a really good game. So just sorting out. I can't see comments at the moment. I turned them off. Ah, there we go. So yes, as I was saying, so basically I was hoping I could do full screen gameplay and still see the comments, but it doesn't look like I can do that. I can only have either full screen gameplay, I can't see the comments. I guess it's just one of the foibles of the PlayStation streaming scenario. So yes, I'm in the mountains on Death Stranding. I'm going to take on some deliveries from the mountain. Probably set out a route to drop off multiple things ending in, is it Port Knot City? Let's just have a quick look. No, Lake Knot City. So that's where we're going to head to. So let's see what deliveries we can take on. Probably going to take on the truck for this delivery. I do find the truck a little bit better for deliveries. So take on deliveries, standard deliveries. So what do we got? So we can take that one on. Let's highlight, let's select multiple. Definitely want to be taking that one on because that's what our ultimate goal. No, and we'll take that one on as well. We'll just start that again. I have not played this for a while, so I'm feeling a little rusty. No, yes. Yes, there are a lot of menus tabs, I completely agree. Don't need any of these. And then we're loaded up, massively overloaded. So that's not a problem because
order assigned.
Oh dear. Should have got my truck before I started. Well, that was silly, wasn't it? The beautiful thing about this game is the asynchronous gameplay. I absolutely love that this truck is somebody else's truck, but I'm just going to use it. So I've loaded all my cargo onto the truck. And then let's get going.
Come on, let's roll.
Definitely will use this bit of road that the asynchronous gameplay has helped me create. Then we'll be having to go off-road because this road has not been completed. I would say the only thing that I find annoying about the asynchronous gameplay is the fact that the asynchronous gameplay can't be controlled. So what I mean by that is, although the asynchronous gameplay is, excellent, like I can't go, okay, well I'll play asynchronously with tabs, say, because unfortunately it doesn't work like that. Yes, unfortunately the road is incomplete, so we're back to navigating through the rocks, which as you can see is not going particularly well. Yes, I've played this for a while. It feels good to get back into it. It's such a good game. We do need to chose a very, very bad place to cross the water, but we're okay. I think we're going to make it. Yeah, we're okay. Just pull the map up so we can double check where we're going. We need to go to the photographer, which is here, which will involve going down here and then back up and round, so that's fine. I do believe there's a bit of road down here that we can hopefully jump on to speed things up a bit. Oh dear. Yeah, we seem to good work on the 100 hours, Kyle. Amazing. Do have some BTs, but I think they're on the inside there. I don't believe they're on this side of the river. We are going to need to cross the river. But I believe we can do that down here and avoid the BTs. I'm hoping anyway. Or not, or we could just crash into a rock. That would be like a wise thing to do, wouldn't it? We may need to construct a charging station for this, unless I can see one. Let's go up to this and see if there is one up here. I can't remember whether there is or not. Yeah, more land battles. It was very, the deliveries were the main part of the game, weren't they, Carl? And although they were great, they weren't the most dynamic ever, were they? I mean, it was easy to get lost in the deliveries, but Right, let's get this delivery done. Oh, there's a charging station there. Just get into the charging station. There we go. Yeah, so the deliveries weren't the most dynamic, you know, I don't think, but you know, it was sort of fun in a completely different pace of life. Anyone that watched the stream earlier from Gran Turismo, this is like a completely different pace, you know. That was a quite fast and furious game, whereas this is more, you know, steady goes. That's how I describe it. Which, to be fair, I really enjoyed. I know Tab got really lost in the whole deliveries scenario, but yeah, like I say, it's very different games. But yeah, and that was the one thing about MGS5. You could go in it sort of all guns blazing. I don't think really you could really do that in this game. I guess you could ultimately with the name escapes me, the people that are obsessed with delivery. You could tackle them with the raw bullets and stuff, which was cool. But in terms of yeah, ground battles, there wasn't a lot of scope there really, other than the BTs and mules. That's it, bang on. Yeah, I mean, I had a few good tussles with them, some rubber bullets, because once they find you, they just hound you. So it's good to, you know, you get your gun out with the rubber bullets and you can take some of them out, which is really cool. So it sort of adds an element of dynamism to it.
I hope we get to meet again before too long.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I really enjoyed the game, absolutely. I think I liked it because it was different in some respects, and I love the story of it. The story is incredible. Probably one of my favourite gaming stories I've ever played. So absolutely in that respect. Right, so where we're going next? We need to go to here, which is a trek, and we've got mules here and here. I'm hoping we can sort of get through them. If not, then we'll do some mule taking on. Yeah, I would say it absolutely was worth the hype, worth all the build-up, and actually, the worry for me was that it was going to be overhyped. You know, I'd built the game up so much, and both me and Tab, to that respect, that we were a bit like, you know, have we built this up too much? Are we going to be disappointed by it? But actually, I was really pleased with it. You know, at the end, I was really pleased with what they did with the game. So yeah, definitely a very pleasing game to play. And yeah, like you say, I hope that he does more with the story, maybe moves it on forwards. I'd like to see definitely some DLC would be nice. I feel like I'd like to see the game move forward, but without changing Sam's story. I feel like Sam's story, you know, it had such a great ending. I really enjoyed the ending of Sam's story. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to spoil it for anyone that's sort of new to the game, might be choosing to play the game in the future, but absolutely, the end of the story, it was real, it was raw, it was emotional, like you say. And that's one of the reasons I really hope that Kojima just goes, Sam's story is finished for where it is, basically. I'd like to see more in the Death Stranding world. Yeah, absolutely, Carl. I think that's what he needs to do. He needs to go sort of table Sam's story and make, you know, let's see some more about Fragile's story. Let's see her, emergent story. Let's see, and if anyone's watched our piece of, that we did at the story of Death Stranding, we actually completely forgot to mention Fragile, which was we both me and Tabs had a bit of a chuckle about how we could miss such a large character. But yeah, I mean, a story from her, or even a story about Hartman, that would be good. and how, you know, how he got to where he is in the story. I think there's a lot still to be done in this world. Oh, that's awesome, Kyle. Oh, thanks, mate. We appreciate that.
Hey, Sam. You made it, huh? That's a relief.
I do think that that's the one thing I guess I would say, and we've seen through our videos that we've made about Death Stranding, is that the Death Stranding community seem to be an incredibly welcoming bunch. They seem, you know, everyone's happy to theorise about the game and the story and everything that's gone on in it. And just be really, it seems like such a positive community in the Death Stranding, people that like the game, etc., which is amazing to see, because gaming can be quite divisive. And that's, you know, a shame in some respects about some games.
Watch your back out there. No one else will.
Right, let's see if we can take anything on from this place. Take on delivery, standard orders. Right, what have we got? Yeah, we'll take that on. Yeah, we'll take that on. That'll do us. You're quite right, Tabs. The moon theory did not pan out, but Kojima must be doing something with the moon. You know, it seems like it plays such a pivotal part in that, you know, the sort of logo reveal. There must be something. They must have spent such a long time creating that piece of like video clip, you know, rendering it all out and stuff. You sort of think, why would they have spent so much time doing that? Right, where are we going to now? So we need to cross this mule area, which is great, and then I believe we're going to here. We'll drop into here, and then we'll go back over to here, but we'll stop at various places on the way to try and find any new deliveries. Right, off we go. Oh, actually, we need to charge, and luckily there's a charger right here. What was your favourite moment of the game, Kyle?
Longer?
Oh, yeah. The opening chapter is interesting. That's really interesting. I would say my favourite. To be honest, I can't not say the ending. I just adored the ending. I just loved the way he summed everything up. Ah, I see. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, seemed like we were waiting forever, but I just can't get out the amazing ending to the game. It was just, I don't know, it just felt so perfect, to me anyway. Cool. Yeah, Higgs was a change of pace. That's how I would describe Higgs. I'll be honest, I really struggled with the Higgs sections. Just couldn't get to grips with the whole action aspect of it. It seemed so far away from the rest of the game. But I got used to it eventually. By the second or third Higgs section, I was definitely more on the money than I was previously. We're running out of battery again, annoyingly. I feel like I'm stuck up here. Why am I stuck up here? Oh, yeah, officially damaged the cargo. What are the neck legs called again? They're called skeletons, like power skeletons, etc. Have a quick look. We need to find a charging station. It was really interesting on the Higgs's background that we went from thinking Higgs was, and this is going to have a few spoilers in there, so anyone watching that hasn't played the game, just be aware of that. It's really interesting because you go from thinking that Higgs is a bad guy to actually, you know, feeling a lot of like sadness and sorrow for Higgs and his plight, which, you know, is really clever. You know what Kojima managed to do in that respect. No longer on power grid. Not looking good for the old charge. We may have to construct a charging station. How do I do this? No. Yes. Just have to bear with me a moment. Yeah, the animations every time you get in and out are annoying. Why it can't just be, why does it need to be an animation? You know, like, for instance, like on GTA, you get in and out of a vehicle, while the vehicle just starts moving, it's not irritating, but, you know, fair enough. Kojima obviously wanted to ensure, you know, that it was unique and true, I guess, to a bit more like real life in some respects. Right, we're charged up. Let's go get this delivered up here. I believe this is very easy to get up to with the truck, but we'll try. There we are, we've managed to get up here. Excellent. Has anybody watching forcibly created a void out? I haven't. I know someone who did create a void out just to see what it was like.
Okay.
Let me know. Tabs, did you do a void out in your game? Do it, Rich. I'm not going to lie to you, I would... Okay, this doesn't seem to be... I do find it a little annoying if you don't get the vehicle that you're in close enough, you are not able to make a delivery. But there, you should have been able to make a delivery. They're right there, but the truck wasn't close enough. It's just silly. But we'll try it again. And all of a sudden they're all there.
Hey! Wait. How the heck did you keep this stuff in such
Fair enough,
pristine
Tabs, fair enough.
condition?
Now we begin the 7,000 expresses to get out of this menu system. Voided out twice, nice. Cautious, Tabs, I like it. Is the void out cool, Kyle?
Hey, Sam. Good work. New order available. Please access delivery.
Definitely take that on. Definitely take that on. Oh, cool. See, now that makes me feel like I should do a void out. Maybe we'll get to the end of this. I'll do my deliveries.
Order assigned.
Yeah, the antimatter bomb's really cool. I just love the way they did that. I love the way that you could accidentally blow it up. That was fantastic the way they did that. I really like the animation of that as well, the way they did the screen and it sort of, what did it do? It sort of like went into itself, I guess. It's weird, but yeah, I really liked that. And to be honest, I don't think that was explained that well, because I blew the nuke up about 3 times before I realised what I was supposed to do. But maybe I was just missing something rather than they'd missed something, if that makes sense. Damage my cargo there. There are some BTs over here, but I'm hoping just to go round them. I like the way you dealt with the nuke as well. I felt like that was a really cool thing. You know, when you had to take it to basically what was the bottom of the pit and launch it in there. I thought that was a fantastic idea. Whoever came up with that, I thought it was cracking. And a bit of a change of pace to the rest of how the game was playing. So there are some BTs over in that direction, so we're going to skirt round them so we can carry on with these deliveries. I think we've got to go to Craftsman next, I believe. Craftsman, I think. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm right there with you, Carl. I was like, oh, no problem, I'll just deliver this strange package that I've been given, but it's very fragile. No problem, I'll just drive it straight into the city. Yeah, and obviously that didn't go well. Yeah, it facilitated a game reset, I believe, off the top of my head anyway. So that didn't go the best, but eventually I worked out what you needed to do. Yes, I was exactly the same. Oh, I'm so glad I wasn't the same person. I figured it would be like, oh no, you can't do that, you can't go there, but it didn't at all. It just left you hanging basically. Which was fine, but then I was a bit like, well, what am I supposed to do? And there's not really, I couldn't. Eventually I sort of worked out, well, I'll go and speak to Fragile then, it sort of triggered, but yeah, I felt like there was a lot left interpretation in that point, but maybe that's what, you know, how Kojima wanted it. That's the trouble with Kojima. You don't know what's going on, do you? You don't know whether he's put stuff in there purposefully because he wants you to think about it, or he's just, you know, he's not led you in the right direction quite in the right way. I guess ultimately that's the genius of the man. Yeah, it was cool actually. I just felt like a bit of a crap when I blew it up 3 times. There we go, another delivery.
Cargo verified. Thank you.
I hope everyone's had a good day since this morning. What have I been doing today? I actually made some cookies today. Some interesting trivia for you there. They were chocolate chip cookies with a lotus biscuit spread chewy centre.
Now it's you.
If anyone's interested in baking that's watching.
Cargo's in mint condition. How the hell did you
The
manage
missus thought that was hilarious for some reason. I'm not sure why. That's one of the things we did today. Another delivery down. Let's see if we can take on any more deliveries here.
Go ahead and grab it.
This chap's given us something, probably some grenades. Yep, some grenades. Carry on back, confirm.
Seeing you in action gives me hope. Keep it up, Sam.
Maybe Tubbs, maybe they go together.
Good work. New order available.
Snacks, exactly. Exactly. Engineer, yes, we'll take that on. Engineer will take that on. Take that on. Take that on. Take that on. Did Kojima predict the future? I think there's a good chance. Why? Oof. Oh, that's a tough one.
Order assigned.
What NPC annoyed us the most? Yes, I know what you mean. The Elder. The Elder was... I feel bad saying that, but the Elder was annoying. And his placement of his place is really in just such an annoying place to get to, especially if you want to do fast deliveries in trucks and stuff. You just can't do it. Right, let's go Engineer. Let's go see the Engineer, and then we'll go up to Lake Knot City, and then we'll come back to the distribution centre. Well, potentially, Tabs, yeah. Has he predicted that we'll all be on lockdown? I mean, it's a stretch, but we are basically all on lockdown. Well, we are in our country, in the UK this is. Right, crack on. Yeah, so the Elder is all the way up on the top of that mountain up there. Oh! Keep getting alert. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we did indeed. I can actually go and show people that, those who haven't seen that. I'm sure most people, if they're watching this, played the game, will have gone to see that. There's like a little, like secret, what would you say, a little secret bunker, I guess, in his delivery station. Where is the engineer's place again? Have I gone past it? I don't think I have. I think I... Oh, there it is. We're all good. We're all good. I mean, apparently there's rocks everywhere. It's ridiculous. What is going on? How annoying!
Okay, there you go, speed demon.
Honestly, what was that about? Look at this. How cool is that? And we've got a charging station. Excellent.
Beginning scan.
Oh, we seem to have taken out some porters. There's actually one in here, look. That's cool. Yeah, they can be temperamental, the old trucks. Sometimes you think, why is it not getting over that tiny little rock? It's ridiculous.
Hey Sam, how's it going? Well, the cargo's in great condition.
Another delivery done. Another million presses of the X button to complete all the deliveries. Yeah, absolutely. The driving engine wasn't great. Even on the bike. I mean, the bike you would think more than anything would be more all-terrain so you could get over some of the rocks, but even that wasn't great. You know, the bike seemed a bit more like a motocross bike. Ah, yeah, I mean, the vehicles ended up more like end game type things, so you could do deliveries like more easily, I guess. I mean, it sort of might have made the game a little bit easier, Tabs. Maybe a little bit too easy with flying drones. But I get what you're saying. I mean, that's... Yeah, I guess for recon that would make a lot of sense, to be fair. Maybe... The trouble is, does it become too easy if you add that into there? But they did say in the game, didn't they, that they couldn't... They used to have... I think they said they used to have... They used to say that they had, they used to have drones, but now they don't, because, is it because of the chiral energy? That's why everything has to be delivered on foot now, is that right? Am I right in thinking that? Right, let's get back on here. Let's go! We're going to go to here, and then we're going to go back to the distribution centre. On the way, we're going to stop at the Craftsman, put people on us. I think they're going to be able to capture us, depending on what happens here. Oh! I nearly crashed. Oh, I've not played this for ages. I've probably not played this since probably last year. I'm loving it. It's such a good game. So much fun to play.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Welcome to Lake City. Proceed to distribution center. Keep on keeping on. Decontaminating city. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Loads of deliveries there.
Hey, Sam. Good to see you. Wow, this is way more than we expected. Thank you, Sam.
So would we want to see, say Kojima decides he's going to make another Death Stranding game, would we want to see another Death Stranding game in this world? So in the United States of America, or would we want to see another game with, say, a different character, as we spoke about, say Fragile or whatever, or would we want to see it in a different part of the world, say in Europe or Russia or over in Asia somewhere? What would we want to see? I feel like it would be cool to see him realise another part of the globe. Favourite city centre, yeah, capital not absolutely on that one. I tell you one thing I absolutely loved about the game. When you have to cross I guess the river or the sea, and you basically use the BTs to your advantage to cross. That was just such a genius idea. Whoever came up with that, because it like took an existing mechanic in terms of how you battled the BTs, and then you used it to your advantage to create a path to another part of the world. I thought that was brilliant.
Always a pleasure, Sam.
Good work. New order.
What do we got? Engineer, elder, craftsman. Yes, now I guess that would be interesting to have, but you could argue that that place is sort of in this world, would you say?
Order assigned.
So what have we got to do? We've got to go... yeah, to be fair, it would be cool to see it in England, and given the scale of the map, you could pretty much realise the whole of the UK, couldn't it? I don't know, I feel like it would be cool to see multi-continent, you know, so maybe it starts in England, say, but then there's missions where you have to cross the English Channel and get over into France. Yeah, I thought so as well. I thought it was sort of part of this game. Or not, it depends how it is. Has anyone watching seen there's a chap that I've watched a few videos from on YouTube who's basically like sort of broken the game to see what other artifacts are in the game, and there's actually there's some there's like a sort of city that you can't really get to. He's managed to basically glitch the game in order to get to it, which is cool. I mean, you can't really do anything there because you sort of fall through, but it looks cool. It's way off the map though. It's like into like a, you know, a realm that's really not supposed to get to. It's cool. I can't remember the chap's name. Tabs, if you are on there. Yes. I think that might be it. Tabs, if you are on there, try and find that. He finds this city that's like sort of in this area of the map, but it's like out of the map. Yeah, something on the moon. Yeah, I mean, that would have been cool. I do think that would have been a cool in this game.
Oh, hey.
Hence why
Good to
we
see you.
theorised about it, I guess.
Well, the cargo's in
Why can't you skip this?
great condition.
Yes, exactly that. Exactly like that. So the chap that's broke the PT demo and sort of gone out into the world, it's a little bit like that. It's like stuff that's there to, maybe it was going to be used or it wasn't used. But yeah, it's crazy how he gets to it. He uses, I think to get to it, he uses one of the floating carriers, and he basically climbs up, then gets on it, and then keeps moving, and it keeps levitating up, and then gets over to this area. It's crazy how he manages to do it. Cool though, cool. Definitely worth a watch. But like I say, there's nothing really there. It's just, you know, cool that there's extra things there that weren't part of the game, I guess.
Well, be safe out there. Good work. New order of it.
I honestly can't remember who it is. Depot? Maybe. I honestly can't remember, Tabs. I honestly can't remember who it was. I would know if I saw it, but that doesn't really help this scenario. So we're off to, I think we're off to the craftsman now. My vehicle is degraded. Does anyone remember how you get a vehicle repaired? You just go down with it into your... Go down into your home place? I can't remember how you repair a vehicle. I think that's what you do. Anyone watching that can think how you repair a vehicle? I'm sure you go down into your safe house with it. Elevator, yeah, I thought it was. When we get back to the other place I need to go to, we will be doing that.
Weapons detected.
Knacker.
Okay. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting to understand what
Hey,
Kojima
Sam.
would do next.
Thanks.
I really hope he does something. If he can't do Silent Hill because Konami won't let him, and Konami and Sony can't come to an agreement in which they will allow Kojima Productions to make it, then I hope he does something of a similar ilk to that game that he was going to make. Because with the skills he has with creating atmosphere and emotion within games, I think it would be amazing. Oh my god, I'm having to press this about 7,000 times. Oh, we're done, finally.
Just so you know, I've put something aside for you. Go ahead and grab... Seeing you in action gives me hope. Keep it up, Sam.
Keep on keeping on.
Good work. New order available.
See what else we've got going on here. Is there anything to where I'm going? Actually... Tabs, you still there, mate? Therapeutic to watch. Oh, thank you very much. Hello to you, Ray Sox. Still about. Did you hear my comment about Kojima Productions' next game, Tabs? If so, what are your thoughts?
Keep on keeping on.
So I said, so I basically said if Sony and Konami can't come to an agreement to allow Kojima Productions to make another Silent Hill, or what was going to be PT, that would be a great shame. But if they can't come to an agreement to allow that to happen, I'd still like to see Kojima's next game be of a similar ilk to that, simply because I think the way he creates emotion with the gamer, and the way he can use sound and graphics, etc., to build incredible atmosphere and suspense, I think he would make an incredible game, given half a chance. Whether it's an officially licensed Silent Hill game, or it's a game of a similar style, but it's called something different, you know, I'd really, really like to see that. He's got to have a crack at it. He showed that, you know, it could be amazing. I think he showed on this game that, you know, this wasn't a hit for everybody. It was a hit for me and Tabs, but, you know, it wasn't a hit for everyone. But he showed quite clearly that he's still got it in him to make a decent game. Whether you argue that this game is maybe, you know, not the most interesting game, you know, that's for others, you know, didn't appeal to everybody, that's for another story. But in terms of the way he sold the story to people, that's amazing.
Everything all right, Sam?
Oh, absolutely, Tabs. An asynchronous mechanic in a horror game would be brilliant. Especially if, you know, it was a survival type horror game where you know, those things that you might find around with a difference between you succeeding in a section and not, that would make a big difference. Got rather a lot of deliveries to make here, so there's going to be a lot of button presses, I suspect. And we're out. We've done it. We've made it. We've not broken our X button.
Good work. New order of it.
Right. Anything to South Knot City? So did I not take any? Did I not take a delivery? Or did it automatically? I don't even know what's happened now.
Order assigned.
Absolutely, Tabs. So I'm just going to repair this vehicle. I mean, you could argue that PT, bearing in mind it pretty much involved you just continually cycling a corridor, was a bit out there in its thinking in terms of its gameplay, much like this is a little bit out there in terms of its gameplay, but I'm not sure that's a bad thing. Why do all games have to be the same? Alright, let's repair this vehicle.
Your work is great.
I mean, PT also shone for its jump scares. Truck repaired. Should we have a look at the figures that I've collected? There they are. Cool little thing. I could only play it drunk. Yeah, fair enough, Tabs. Right, let's head out. Let's get south Knot. And then I think we're going to call it. Oh, look at that. Beautifully pristine again. Oh. Yeah, a VR Silent Hill would be off the chain. I mean, that would put people in asylums, I suspect. Certainly would do me. What does anyone else think about a VR Silent Hill? Oh dear, I mean, just the thought of that's horrible. Incomplete road here, but that's not too much of a problem. We can sort of skirt around. Apparently Lou looks happy. Excellent. You're absolutely right, Raystox. It really would. Yeah, you would need to buy a drawer full of pants. Absolutely. Oh, that is funny. Gryffindor says she always looks happy, which is because her name is also Lou, interestingly. Bit of trivia for you there. Oh, the thought of playing it VR, oh, it's awful. I mean, we've actually played a little bit of, I think it's Resi 7, correct me if I'm wrong, Tabs, might be Resi 6 in VR, and that was scary enough. And you know, I don't think that filled the atmosphere quite like Kojima would. No, I've not heard anything on that one, Kyle. I mean, you've got to think that surely that will come. Can you get under here? You can indeed. And you're on the road. I mean, it's on terms of mods, it's really interesting when you see the remake of Resident Evil 2 and actually with the Resident 3 demo, the mods that PC players are doing on those games are incredible. So if we saw some of that once Death Stranding comes out, that would be cool to see what people can do, what they can add to the game.
Okay.
I hate it in its 10 years playing Resident Evil. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Resident Evil on VR is not good. It's just, you're just worried about everything. You know, you're looking around a corner and you're worried.
Nothing beats a package delivered by Sam Bridges.
There was one bit in
himself.
particular that
Ask
me
anyone here,
Tabs
it's
were playing
insane.
where this woman's basically chasing you. I think she's chasing you with an axe. Oh, it was horrible.
Whoa, it's like fresh from the printer or something.
Yes, I do make a funny, weird noise when I get scared. When I get jump scared, anyway. And no, I'm not going to do it. Can we peak to courier level 250? There we go. We did it.
Whoa. Good work.
Well, I believe that is all the cargo I had on. Delivered. It's not happening, Tabs. Shall we go down to the crater lake and end the stream there?
Terminal for further information.
Oh, now other people are asking for me to make the noise. Oh, this is not good. I mean, I feel like I should make the noise, but it's both embarrassment for me. That's the only thing. Maybe I should do it. Basically, when I have a jump scare, I make this noise. I don't know why I go. That's the noise I make. It's not that funny. I don't think it's that funny. Apparently it is. I don't really know why it makes that noise either, in fairness. That was charged up. Let's go to the crater lake. I think we can DP this way, but yeah. See if we can get away from DP. I mean, that's funny. It's just a, yeah, well, we're here straight away. So anyone potentially tabs. For anyone unfamiliar with the game, when you have the nuke, this is where you have to come and get rid of it. You have to basically throw it into this tar lake, and it disappears into the tar lake, blows up, and all is well. Such a cool idea, I think. Such a cool idea.
Gotta stretch my legs. Well, enjoy it. At least while it lasts.
So there we have it, guys. I'm going to end this stream here. We've done some deliveries in Death Stranding. We've talked a bit about Death Stranding and our favourite bits. I hope everyone who's joined on the stream enjoyed that. Probably some more streams come down the line. Certainly I'm sure there'll be some more Gran Turismo and some more Death Stranding. Tabs has actually lent me God of War, and I'm wondering whether maybe I should play some God of War on stream. What does anyone think about that? Would that be interesting to watch? I mean, I've never played it, so it'll be hilarious to watch me play a game that I've not played before. So maybe next stream I'll start God of War. My controller's died. Luckily I have another one on hand. Oh, excellent. So people are voting for me to play it, and Tab's saying it's hard. Well, that's going to be fun then, isn't it? To see me play that badly. Like we've already today seen me play Gran Turismo badly and now Death Stranding badly.
No more.
So guys, I hope you've enjoyed that. Thanks for joining. Thanks to everyone who's commented. And we'll see you again next time. Yeah, take care.